Hey Brandon, this is Mr. Caslin. This is the second problem we were looking at this evening. We weren't quite sure how to approach it. I'll give you my approach. Doesn't mean it's the best approach. In fact, it's not even the algebraic approach. It's just understanding this series of numbers here and looking at values of logarithms, and then we'll have to figure out what this mysterious minus x is. I'm not sure we're going to solve that this evening. But here's what I noticed. I think you noticed this too when you were looking at these numbers in this series of numbers, that this was 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third. So we're looking at the series all the way up, adding all the way up through 2 to the n. And we're trying to figure out what, I believe the question was, what is n equal to? Alright. I did notice that there's no variable on this part that we could actually calculate the value of log base 1024 of 10. 1024 is interesting because that's 2 to the 10. Not sure found the key to how that was going to help us with this problem. So what I did was I just found the value of this. Just basically took a calculator and said, let's do a log base. Log base of 1024 of 10. Now that's asking the question, 1024 to the what power is equal to 10? Well, that must be a small number. It's got to be a number less than 1. Turns out that it's 0.332. Now notice we don't want 0.332, we want the inverse of that number. Okay, the inverse of this logarithm that we just calculated. So I'm going to do 1 divided by that number, and it's going to give us the value, what was that, 3.0103, I believe. Okay, I started looking at this side and said, well, how many of these numbers in this series would I have to add up to achieve 3.0103, and can I achieve exactly 3.013? So I started just calculating these numbers. Log of 2 is 0.3, so I'm going to keep adding these up. So log of 2 plus log of 4. I'm going to do 2 to the third, which is 8. So I've added these numbers up, and at that point I'm at the value 1.806. So I can keep going. What's the next number in this sequence that I need to add up? Well, that was 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third. 2 to the fourth is 16. Okay, so I'm going to add log of 16. So, well, hey, I got that exact same number, 3.0103. So for these two to equal one another, n would have to be equal to 4. Now, this is a mystery to me. I don't know where this minus x comes into play. It's a second variable in this equation. I'm not sure if we were giving any more information about it, so maybe that's the mystery that you can help with. I did notice that n would have to be equal to 4 for this piece here to equal this piece here. Now the minus x is baffling me. Hopefully when your teacher explains it, you can give me some insight, figure out what to do with that. But for these two pieces to equal, n would have to be equal to 4. So basically I just treated this as a series of numbers. Think of that as the same as a summation. We added up the first 4 terms, and it equaled the value of this log here. Anyway, hope that helps, and hope that based on other discussions you've had and other things you've worked, you can finish this problem off. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.